group.
Is it true that your school's libraries offer Islamic literature, like the Quran and other things?
Yes, so McMillan Junior High and Wiley ISD offers a Quran, but no Bible available.
But no Bible. So there's a Quran, but the Bible's not allowed.
Correct.
Is that true in multiple libraries?
From what I know, confirmed it's McMillan Junior High is one that I know of. I can look at the other libraries and submit them to you if I find any other findings.
Okay. Have you talked to the school about why they would allow a Quran but not a Bible?
So I haven't, the principals actually run away from me and hide, so I can't have a discussion with my principals because I act like an adult and they act like children.
Yeah, well, you very much are acting like an adult. They probably don't want to be on the record with that policy, given how egregious it is. When clubs such as your sponsor visitors to come to the school and speak about club interests, whatever they are they subject to security screenings?
So
America First Voice is back with another hard-hitting reaction. Today we're reacting to this powerful House Judiciary Committee hearing where Representative Brandon Gill from Texas questions high school student Marco Hunter Lopez about the shocking anti-conservative discrimination at his public school in Texas. Let me tell you, patriots, this young man is incredibly brave, articulate, and represents the best of the next generation standing up against leftist indoctrination in our schools. If you believe public schools should teach reading, writing, math, and American history, not push leftist ideology while silencing conservative students, smash that like button right now and subscribe. Let's dive in. Representative Brandon Gill asks Marco the basic requirements to start a student club. Marco explains, 10 members, a teacher sponsor, and a room. His Republican club met all of them on day one. Yet they were denied specifically because of the political nature of the club. Meanwhile, other ideological groups, including those promoting gender-affirming ideology, were approved without issue. The school even hosted World Hijab Day with the principal proudly participating while tearing down Republican club posters and giving them stricter rules. Marco also reveals he received death threats for speaking out, and the school administration was dismissive of his safety concerns. The school library has the Quran but no Bible. This is not education. This is indoctrination and viewpoint discrimination. Here's my unfiltered take as a right-wing patriot and constitutional conservative.
Thank the gentlelady from Washington. I'll now recognize my friend and colleague from the great state of Texas, Mr. Gill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding a very important hearing, and thank you to the witnesses for taking the time to come here. Mr. Hunter Lopez, I'd like to better understand your story. I think it's important, and thanks for being here and being boldly telling us about what happened. Can you tell us what are the requirements to create a student club at your school?
The requirements are to have 10 members, a teacher that's willing to sponsor, and a room to meet.
And did the Republican club that you formed meet those requirements?
We did on day one.
It did, and was your club allowed to be created?
No, we were actually notified that we were denied due to political nature, even though other ideological groups, including groups promoting gender-affirming ideology, were approved.
Why do you think the school had such a sort of obvious double standard?
I'm not sure if it's the educational establishment. It could be any of those. It could be the principals that have been in the system for a while. They just don't want conservative values. I think it's a trend we've seen with, how Charlie Kirk was on campuses and on high school campuses. I think that they think conservative values are a threat because they're true.
And how has the school administration either encouraged or supported World Hijab Day?
Our principal actually wore the hijab 2 years in a row that we know of. It could be more. She's posted it, promoted on social media, saying she, quote, loved it, all caps. And they're just promoting these events like nothing, but our club, on the other hand, has to receive strict, first of all, we weren't approved in the first place, and then once we were the only club that couldn't have other privileges that other groups had, and they took down our posters. And so there's just a lot of things in this double standard, clearly, to favor the Islamic group.
Is it true that your school's libraries offer Islamic literature, like the Quran and other things?
Yes, so McMillan Junior High and Wiley ISD offers a Quran, but no Bible available.
But no Bible. So there's a Quran, but the Bible's not allowed.
Correct.
Is that true in multiple libraries?
From what I know, confirmed it's McMillan Junior High is one that I know of. I can look at the other libraries and submit them to you if I find any other findings.
Okay. Have you talked to the school about why they would allow a Quran but not a Bible?
So I haven't, the principals actually run away from me and hide, so I can't have a discussion with my principals because I act like an adult and they act like children.
Yeah, well, you very much are acting like an adult. They probably don't want to be on the record with that policy, given how egregious it is. When clubs such as your sponsor visitors to come to the school and speak about club interests, whatever they are they subject to security screenings?
So when our club has guest speakers, including a state representative or a congressman, we have to submit 2 weeks in advance paperwork. We have to submit a week in advance background check. We have to submit their staff if they're coming. All these lengthy processes. I often have to miss my lunch period and skip lunch, skip a meal to fill these out. But on the other hand, the Islamic group got favorable treatment.
Okay, yeah, what were the security protocols that were in place for the Islamic group?
From what I know, none.
None.
From what I know.
So typically, you have to go through a lengthy background
Correct.
process, but this Islamic group didn't have to.
Correct. Obviously, they didn't background check, the organization because it has multiple terror links, and they didn't. I guess they didn't check the Sharia pamphlets that they gave us or the Qurans with the Shahada card. They didn't. They were perfectly fine with it because the principal was there that day, just looking at it, perfectly fine.
What's been the response from the school since you've been public and vocal about this double standard?
Like I said in my opening testimony, when my mom had requested the principal to email my teachers, because I had to miss school for the first day after that and had to go late the second day because of death threats and things like that. And my mom had asked the principal to email my teachers just to keep an extra eye on me. And the principal told my mom, "You can." So it's really, that speaks volumes to the approach of leadership that the school has and the school district has. Because I guess they just wanted to dismiss my safety in that moment.
You received death threats.
Yes, sir.
What were some of the death threats? Could you tell us about them?
I had people saying that they were going to be at my house waiting for me to get home and they were going to shoot me. I had people telling me to kill myself, a lot of different things. But I know nobody can proclaim anything over me because I wake up every morning with victory with Christ.
Amen. That's exactly right. What has the school's response been to these death threats?
Like I said, that first day it was very dismissive. I actually received a death threat last year, and I believe I have emails, and I could submit them to the record of the principal saying, "Oh, things are already taken care of." Very, I would say, downgrading it or just minimizing specific situations. I could submit those emails to the record.
I just want to be clear. You had a threat against your life, somebody saying that they were going to come to your house and murder you.
Correct.
And your school's response was dismissive.
Correct.
Got it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's the end of my time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I thank my friend, the gentleman from Texas. I will now thank
This
the
young
gentleman
man,
from Washington.
Marco
I'll
Hunter
now
Lopez,
recognize my friend
is
and
a
colleague
true
from
American
the great
hero
state of Texas,
at his
Mr. Gill.
age, standing up
Thank you,
to
Mr.
school
Chairman, and thank you
administrators
for,
facing death threats
holding
and
a
testifying
very
before
important hearing, and
Congress
thank you to
takes
the
real
witnesses
courage
for
and
taking the
conviction.
time
What he
to come
describes
here.
is textbook
Mr. Hunter
unconstitutional
Lopez,
viewpoint
I'd like to
discrimination.
better
Public
understand your
schools
story. I
cannot
think it's
favor certain political
important,
or
and
religious
thanks for being
ideologies
here
while
and
suppressing
being
others.
bold,
That's a clear violation of the
boldly
First Amendment.
telling us about what
Public
happened.
schools across
Can you tell
America
us
have
what
been
are the
captured by
requirements to
leftist teachers'
create a
unions
student
and
club at
radical
your school?
administrators. They push gender ideology,
Requirements are to
open
have 10
borders
members,
propaganda,
a teacher
critical
that's
race
willing to
theory,
sponsor
and
and a room to
anti-American
meet.
narratives
Did
while
the
treating
Republican club
patriotism,
that you formed
traditional
meet those
values,
requirements?
Christianity,
We did on day
and
one.
conservatism
And
as dangerous
was
threats.
your club
The double
allowed
standard on
to be
religious
created?
materials,
No, we were
Quran
actually
yes, Bible no,
notified that
is
we were
especially
denied due to
egregious
political nature,
and
even
likely
though other
illegal.
ideological groups,
Schools
including
should be
groups
neutral
promoting
ground for learning,
gender-affirming
not
ideology, were
leftist
approved.
indoctrination camps.
Why do you think the school
As a
had such a
patriot,
sort of
I'm
obvious
disgusted
double
but not
standard?
surprised. This is the
I'm not sure
predictable
if it's
result
the
of decades
educational
of leftist
establishment.
control over education.
It could be
They don't want
any of
critical
those. It could be
thinking.
the
They want
principals that have
compliant
been
activists.
in the system for a while. They just
Marco's
don't want
story is
conservative
happening
values.
in
I think it's a
schools
trend
all over the
we've
country,
seen with how
including
Charlie
in
Kirk
red
was on
states like
campuses,
Texas.
on high school campuses.
This
I
is
think
why
that they
universal
think
school
conservative
choice,
values are a threat
parental
because
rights
they're true.
legislation, curriculum
And how is the school
transparency,
administration
and
either
defunding radical
encouraged or
programs are
supported
non-negotiable.
World Hijab
The death
Day?
threats
Our
Marco
principal actually
received are
wore the
chilling.
hijab
Instead
2
of
years in a
protecting
row
him,
that we know
the
of. It
school
could be
was
more.
dismissive.
She's posted it,
This
promoted
shows
on
the
social
contempt
media, saying
many
she, quote, loved
administrators
it, all
have for
caps.
conservative students and families.
And they're just
We must
promoting these
protect free
events
speech
like
and
nothing,
equal
but
treatment
our
on
club,
campus.
on the other hand, has
Schools
to
that
receive
engage
strict,
in viewpoint
first of all, we weren't
discrimination
approved in the
should
first
lose
place, and then once
funding
we were the
and
only
face
club that couldn't
lawsuits.
have
Deeper opinion
other
as a right-wing
privileges that other
patriot.
groups had.
Education Education
took down
is
our
the
posters.
battlefield for the
And
soul
so there's
of our
just a
nation.
lot of things in
The
this
left
double
has
standard
turned
clearly to
K,
favor the Islamic
12
group.
schools into
Is it true
pipelines
that
for
your
their
school,
ideology. We
your
need
school's
bold
libraries
reforms,
offer Islamic
universal school
literature, like the
choice, so
Quran
every
and
parent
other
can
things?
escape failing.
Yes, so
biased government
McMillan Junior
schools,
High and
full
Wiley
parental
ISD
rights and
offers a
curriculum
Quran but no Bible
transparency,
available.
ending
no
federal
Bible.
involvement in
So
education,
there's a Quran, but
return
the
power to
Bible's not
states
allowed.
and parents.
Correct.
Is that
and
true in
protecting
multiple
conservative
libraries?
and Christian students
From
from
what I know,
retaliation.
confirmed it's McMillan
Young
Junior High
patriots
is
like
one that I know
Marco
of.
give me
I can look at
tremendous
the other
hope.
libraries and
When
submit them to
students
you if I
stand up
find any
despite
other
the
findings.
pressure, it
Okay,
shows the
have
next
you
generation
talked to the
isn't
school about
completely
why
lost.
they would
We
allow
must
a
support
Quran
them,
but not a Bible?
expose the bias,
So I
and
haven't
fight to
the
restore
principals actually
excellence,
run
patriotism,
away from
and
me and
truth
hide, so
in
I
our
can't have a discussion with
classrooms.
my principals.
Final
because
passionate message.
I act like an adult and they act like
Patriots.
children.
This young man's
Well,
courage
you
should
very much are
inspire
acting
all
like
of
an
us.
adult.
Demand
They
school
probably don't
choice,
want to
parental
be on
rights,
the record.
and an end to leftist indoctrination.
With that policy, given how
Support leaders
egregious
like
it is.
Representative Brandon
when
Gill,
clubs,
who expose
such
this
as your
discrimination.
sponsored visitors
Our
to come to the
children's
school and
minds
speak
and
about
America's
club interests,
future
whatever they are,
depend on
are
winning
they
this
subject
battle.
to security
If this
screenings?
hearing inspired
So
you,
when our
comment
club
below.
has
Have you
guest speakers,
seen
including state
anti-conservative bias in
representative
your
or a
local
congressman,
schools?
we have to
Should
submit
schools be
2 weeks
forced
in
to
advance
remain
paperwork.
viewpoint
We have to
neutral?
submit a week
What's
in
your
advance.
message to brave
Background
students
check. We have
like
to
Marco?
submit their staff if they're
Smash
coming.
like if you
All
stand
these
with
lengthy
Marco
processes.
Hunter
I often
Lopez
have to
and free
miss my
speech in
lunch
schools.
period and skip lunch,
Subscribe,
skip a meal
hit
to
the
fill
bell,
these out. But
and share
on the other
with
hand, the
every
Islamic group got
patriot.
favorable
We
treatment.
need secure borders,
What
school
were the
choice, parental
security
rights,
protocols
strong
that were in
families,
place for the
and
Islamic
an
group?
unapologetic America
From
first
what I
agenda.
know, none.
Stay
None.
vigilant.
From what I know.
Stay
So
courageous.
typically, you have
God
to go
bless
through a
brave young
lengthy
patriots
background
like
process,
Marco.
but this
God bless
Islamic group didn't
Representative
have.
Brandon
Correct.
Gill.
Obviously, they didn't background
God
check,
bless President Trump.
the
And God
organization
bless
because
the
it has
United
multiple
States
terror
of
links,
America,
and they didn't.
the greatest
I
nation
guess
on
they didn't
earth.
check the Sharia